Quote, "Let me add my welcome and thanks to each of you for attending the 2010 TMR Alumni Reunion. Your enthusiasm and effort to attend this reunion speaks volumes about the legacy your Scoutmasters, senior patrol leaders, and camp staff have left to you. These great experiences are being repeated each and every day of summer camp this year, thanks to a dedicated volunteer camping committee, professional and summer camp staff, of which many with you at this reunion. My thanks go to each and every one of them. What they do year-round to make the outdoor programs at TMR and all of our camps to be world-class facilities and programs can never be repaid. During a recent week this summer, our camps were serving 1,265 youth, with 10-mile river camps Kiowa, Akawahanga, and Ranakwa running at full capacity, serving 914 scouts, and with leaders and staff, the feeding population hit 1,334 people in a single week. We are serving more people in a single week than we have since 2005. We anticipate serving nearly 7,000 campers this summer. This is thanks to the efforts of many people, and you will see many improvements that board member Jack Rudin made possible through his generosity, including waterfront improvements, campsite improvements, and even new latrines, which may not sound glamorous, but believe me, our campers and staff think it is. A lot is happening at our Cub Scout camp too. John Erie's Cub World down at Alpine, a brand new family summer camp to allow more families to experience our summer activities, to allow more parents and children to attend camp without leaving a child who is not a scout at home. Cub Scouts brothers and sisters ages 6 to 12 are being offered the opportunity to attend Cub World with their families. Not only girls, but boys not registered in scouting will be provided the same programming as the Cub Scouts receive, but without the emphasis on Cub Scout advancement. Staff is provided as leaders. My eyes are getting better. I can read this thing without my reading glasses. I just realized. It must be we hope that this program enhancement eases family summer schedules and allows them to share positive experiences at camp. I'm often asked how scouting is doing today. Why are the scouts not as visible today as they were before is a common question. Without getting into the nature of our media, instant communication vehicles, and political correctness issues of today, I would say that we have done a great job over the last 4 years reaching out into the community. While the noise can drown our story out, we have really stepped up our efforts. Our Chief Scout Executive, this is the fellow from Irving, Texas, has traveled the world telling the scouting story. 300 days a year he is in someone's community talking to the local media and thanking scouters like you for your work. Each day when you Google the Boy Scouts of America, you will see dozens of articles, videos, and blogs about us. An example is Fox News airing a half-hour show highlighting the BSA's 100th anniversary last weekend, showing both our National Jamboree, one going on now in Virginia, and New York City Scouts outside their studio demonstrating Scout skills. Here in New York, we have all the tools of communicating in place, such as our websites, Facebook page, YouTube downloads, and many others. Over 5,000 uniformed Scouts and Explorers marched in the city's St. Patrick's Day Parade, and we've been the source for many morning shows, television news, and print stories. Today, while you're at TMR, over 5,000 Scouts from around the tri-state area are coming to New York to participate in the Greater New York Council's Times Square 100th anniversary celebration. The full day of events will feature a scouting expo with a 24-foot climbing wall, 32-foot canoe canal, virtual kayaking, laser archery, first aid, emergency preparedness, fire building demonstrations, and Pinewood Derby racing. The day will culminate in a special New York City style show and the nationwide broadcast of A Shining Light Across America from the National Scout Jamboree, with 2 major viewing areas for a scouting audience, a live stage with Broadway entertainment, and broadcasted content on the big screens throughout Times Square. The Empire State Building will also honor the centennial of the Boy Scouts of America this weekend in lights, with 3 nights of red, white, and blue to mark this historic milestone. We have an unbelievable opportunity to let the world know that the Boy Scouts are going to be around for the next 100 years, helping kids learn the skills they need in life. Many of you know of our challenging financial picture due to some pretty tough economic times. I'm pleased to report that our fundraising has exceeded expectations so far this year. And with a seriously reduced professional staff, we posted a 7% gain in traditional membership year over year last month. Quality and indicators are way up over last year. Camps are doing very well, and our volunteer boards are growing. We're not out of the woods by any means, but we can see strong positive growth in almost all areas of operation, which give us a positive outlook on our future. Can we do more? You bet. But telling the scouting story starts with each and every one of our current members, and alumni like you telling someone each and every day that scouting is alive and well, that we are growing and flourishing, and most importantly, making a difference in the lives of our young people every day. Accept my apologies for not being able to be in both Times Square and T.M.R. at the same time today. I know you will be seeing a great camp that is having a great season later in the day. Today is set to hit a sunny 78 degrees in Harrisburg, New York. I think it's a lot hotter than that, personally. As perfect a day as we've seen in a while. I wish I could be with you under the trees by the lake. Those of you seeing the simulcast while at TMR as well, wave and cheer with us as we show the new world, or the world rather, that New York Scouting is second to none. Great scouting to you all. And again, thanks for what you've done and continue to do for scouting, unquote. That's Charlie's brief message. That's it for me. I can only say that from hearing everybody talk, I was privileged to attend this camp. I went for the whole summer. My mother sent me for the whole summer, 1942, 43, 44, and 45. And I was a assistant scoutmaster in 1945 because everybody else was gone at the war. So at any rate, thank you very much for your attendance, and Judge, I'll turn this back.
Thank you. I'm happy to know that Sal Padamani is the ghostwriter for Charlie Rossa for brief speeches. But anyhow, as Gene said earlier, you know, there are three TMRs. We have the TMR of the past, we have the present, and the future. But to talk a little bit about the TMR of the present of today, I'd like to call upon our reservation director, director of 10 Mile River, Sean Quinn.
Good afternoon. I'd like to welcome you all again, as I said hello as you came in this morning. I welcome you again to this great place, as you know that it is. Gene asked me to talk about the 10 Mile River of today, and the first thing that came to my mind is, I can't talk about the 10 Mile River of today without first thanking you for the 10 Mile River of yesterday. Because of you and the legacy that you created, you have made what is available for all of our scouts today. So I applaud all of you for making that for us. Thank you. 10 Mile River of today. It's an exciting place, as you can see here at the museum, and hopefully after this you'll see in Camp Kiowa this afternoon, where all of you are invited to please go see it. There's approximately 300 scouts over there waiting to talk to you, the past, the alumni of 10 Mile River. You'll see many improvements, many upgrades. For those of you that were in the camps back in the 30s, 40s, 50s, how many of you had a flush toilet in your campsite? I didn't either back in the 90s. So you see where we're coming. There's a lot of upgrades to keep the youth of today's world interested in the program. Sometimes it's unfortunate, sometimes it's fortunate, but we need to do what we need to do to keep our scouting program alive and well. All of our campsites in Camp Kiowa, due to the Rudin Foundation grant that we have received, have been upgraded. Our Trex platforms, the material that pretty much lasts forever, is starting to go into all of the campsites, into the new tent platforms. So we're not replacing them every 10 years and people falling through them. New tents, new cots. It's an amazing place. Please get over to Camp Kiowa and see it. The waterfront is a top-notch, one of the best waterfronts you'll see in any scout property in the United States. And also, just to give a little recognition to our friends of 10 Mile River, who gave us a donation of 15 lake kayaks this summer. I thank you, the friends of 10 Mile River. Thank you.